The woman had barely returned to the city when she was stopped on the street by the most dangerous man from her past. What she never expected was that the former school bully who once terrified everyone still remembered the bite she had left on him 6 years ago. Without saying another word, the man took her straight back to his tattoo shop and demanded that she stay there to design tattoo artwork for him. But the woman told him that she had stopped drawing a long time ago. 6 years earlier, she had not only left him, but had also completely given up her art. The man didn't care. He simply arranged for her to stay in the room upstairs and refused to let her leave so easily. Yet beneath his cold and intimidating appearance, the truth was that he had never really moved on from her. Even the drawings inside his shop were things he never allowed anyone to touch. A wealthy woman who had pursued him for years refused to believe it and deliberately reached for them. The next second, he threw her out of the shop without hesitation, because every single one of those designs was connected to the woman who had left him 6 years ago. Not long afterward, the woman attended a reunion with her former classmates, but she never imagined that the entire gathering had been arranged to humiliate her. A female classmate who had always been jealous of her mocked her in front of everyone, claiming that the reason she suddenly transferred schools 6 years ago was because the notorious school bully had grown tired of her and thrown her away. Then one of the male classmates, fueled by alcohol, began touching her and publicly called her a woman no one wanted anymore. What none of them knew was that the man was watching everything through the security cameras. The moment he saw her being bullied, he stormed back into the shop and picked up a tattoo knife that had been locked away for 6 whole years. Everyone around him immediately turned pale, because the last time he had truly lost control was 6 years ago, when she disappeared from his life. Soon, the private room door was kicked open, and the man walked in with terrifying anger written across his face. But instead of immediately dealing with the people who had humiliated her, he grabbed the woman and demanded to know why she hadn't called him for help. When she quietly said that she had only been afraid he might get hurt, those few words shattered the emotions he had suppressed for years. Because 6 years ago, when he was injured and lying in the hospital, she never came. When he waited desperately for her, she had already disappeared. Yet no matter how harshly he spoke to her, he still remembered every one of her habits. Even when ordering food, he instinctively chose the flavors she loved most. And when the wealthy woman appeared again and tried to smear her reputation by showing him things on her phone, he didn't doubt her for even a second. Instead, he stood directly in front of the woman he had loved, shielding her from everyone else, and forced the other woman to delete everything on the spot. Only then did everyone finally understand the truth. This man had hated her for 6 years, but he had also waited for her for 6 years.